I wish I had some theme music. We have some theme music. Mm, mm, mm. where's Pink? Raise your glass when you need it. Where is it? We are live. Let's see if I can go live. There we go. On Instagram. Hey, everybody. Hello, hello. I got to open all of these different uh I gotta open all these different windows so I can see comments on Instagram, so I can see comments on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn. TikTok is over here. I am really excited to be here with you all today because we are doing cool stuff. And welcome. Happy Thursday. My name is Heather Vickery, and I am a transformational success coach here to help you master the trifecta of self, knowing, liking, and trusting yourself. Because when you deeply and truly know yourself, trust yourself, and love yourself, you are fucking unstoppable. And I am here for that energy. I am here to help each and every one of you master that trifecta of self and go out and live the most beautiful, most joy filled life you can imagine. If you're in the audience, say hi. Tell me you're here. Give me your name. I can see Brian is here and Megan is here. It's been a minute since Megan was able to join the live show. I'm so happy to see you here. Before we get started, I have to tell you all that I got called in. We don't get called out. We get called in. Well, I mean, you can get called out and that sucks, but being called in is lovely if you're open to feedback and healthy criticism, which is a really important thing when you are mastering the trifecta of self. You have to be willing to receive critical feedback so that you can shift accordingly. Anyway, the feedback I got was, the only reason I know about your Spark Collective is because I'm friends with you and we've had private conversations. But on all your social media, I can't find anything about the Spark Collective. Okay, super called out and a little embarrassed. So for those of you who don't know, first of all, I'm going to be working much more effectively at sharing the message of the Spark Collective. And a few of my Spark Collective members are here. I see Chris is here. Megan's a Spark Collective member. I would love to have you help me spread the word. The Spark Collective is a membership community that you can get access to for as little as $8 a month for now. I think we're going to raise that pricing. And it is designed for busy people who want to master the trifecta of self. It is designed for those of you who don't have a ton of time or a ton of resources, but you do want to prioritize focusing on yourself, right? Knowing, liking, and trusting yourself because it's fucking important to do it. So we have designed it so that all of the content is there for you in easy, bite-sized ways. You can show up for yourself in 10 or 15 minutes a day, just a couple times a week, and it will create shift. It will create change. It will make a difference in your life. How do we do that? I bring all of my modalities to the table on that. So through human design, I pull human design transit information and I drop an intuitive journal prompt every single Monday. That is energy that is lit up and alive for everyone across the globe. So if you take the time to be introspective, reflective, be honest with yourself, you can find tremendous shifts with those journal prompts. And whether you want to write journal prompts or you want to talk about it out loud, you can engage in conversation, in community if you want. You can get support and accountability. And also through NLP, Chris has asked, what is NLP? NLP is neuro-linguistic programming. This is where I support you in literally shifting your subconscious mind. A lot of what's holding us back is all of this patterning and programming that we have inside our minds and then inside our bodies, right? And through NLP, we can shift all of that subconscious patterning, and it is so badass. Like, I'm a big fan of mindset. Mindset is important. We want to have a positive mindset. Of course, you want to have a positive mindset. It's absolutely game changing. But if you could just think your way into success, if you could just think your way into happiness or joy or connectivity or big sales or a new business or a podcast or a book, if you could just think yourself into those things, you would have done it by now. Am I right? Or am I right? I'm right. You would have done it because we all know you want to do it. We want all those things. So our subconscious mind blocks us all the time. So through NLP, we can support. What does the acronym mean? Neurolinguistic programming. Neurolinguistic programming. Yes. So through that, and anyway, I'll go back to the Spark Collective. I drop those intuitive journal prompts, and then once a month, I drop beautiful content that is all designed to be consumed in 15 minutes or less, usually 10 minutes or less, really. Guided EFT tapping, guided visualization, quick win mini courses, subconscious reprogramming, all sorts of beautiful ways that you can show up for yourself quick, easy, on your own terms when you want. Y'all come in and join the Spark Collective. I promise you it will be the best $8 you spend all month. And I'm going to be better at talking about it publicly so that folks know what we're doing over there, because it's such a game changer. Okay. The last thing is, and then I'm going to get right into the content for today's session, asking clarifying questions. Y'all, this is a really, really, really good topic. The last thing is, members of the Spark Collective get complimentary access to 2 workshops a year. The first one is Bloom. That is the workshop we have coming up on March 21st. So I winter. In the winter, I don't do the hustle. I don't do the annual planning. I don't do goal setting. I don't do any of that in the winter. I follow nature. I rest. I rejuvenate. I regenerate, all of that. And then I do all my New Year planning and all my hustle in the spring when nature's blooming. That's when Heather blooms, is when nature blooms. And it's beautiful for me. And so I offer Bloom is complimentary. It's an hour-and-a-half workshop that you can come into, set intentions, reassess, reframe, get really specific, inspired, intentional action, make plans, set accountability, put together a whole roadmap for success for the year, all that good stuff. It's $48 if you want to just join, or you could join the Spark Collective and come to Bloom for free. So, it's up to you. You get to decide, right? You get to decide. Do you want to spend $48 and have this one-off session with this kick-ass workbook, which is great, totally still reasonably priced, or join the Spark Collective and come for free. And then in the winter, late fall, early winter, we do rest. So we've got Bloom and rest. And rest is all about helping you reassess and recalibrate and protect yourself and set boundaries so that you can winter, so that you can rest and do all that fun stuff. Okay. All right. If you are here, and I can see eyeballs, I see eyeballs everywhere, say hi. I know Chris is here. I think Megan and Brian are still here, but say hi and please chime in and ask whatever questions you have along the way. So today's topic is all about asking clarifying questions. And let me give you some background on why I picked this topic. When I was younger, I would shirk responsibility easily. I know some of you can identify with this, simply because I could use the excuse, I didn't know, or you didn't tell me, or nobody told me, or how was I supposed to know? That's an excuse. That's an excuse. It lets you off the hook, and it's bullshit. And you can show up for yourself by asking clarifying questions. If you feel like things are spinning out of control, if you feel like you don't have the information that you need, if you feel like you are being left behind, ask clarifying questions. The power of asking clarifying questions simply cannot be overstated, especially in the context of personal development and interpersonal relationships, because when we integrate human design, clarifying questions, the trifecta of self, all of those things, these are vital tools that enable us as individual people to gain a deeper understanding and make more informed decisions, right? We can navigate these complex situations with so much more ease and so much more confidence. It matters. So let me give you some examples of asking clarifying questions, maybe with personal relationships. Hey, is it okay if I give you a call on Monday at 2? I'm going to do this. I wanted to let you know. Did you want to join me? Right? What happens when we don't ask clarifying questions is we start to make assumptions, or we miss the boat because we're not communicating with people very well. And recently, I had this happen personally with my daughter. We were meeting for coffee, and we were meeting at a coffee shop that's just down the street from my house. In my mind, she was going to meet me at my house and we were going to walk to the coffee shop. But I didn't say that to her, and I didn't ask her, hey, are you going to come to the house or should we meet there? I just assumed. She just assumed that we would meet at the coffee shop. So at our agreed upon meeting time, she was at the coffee shop and I was at home, and she was like, I'm here. And I'm like, oh, I thought you were coming to the house. And she's like, well, you didn't tell me that. So both of us failed to ask clarifying questions. I didn't tell her that. That's on me. She also didn't ask. That's on her, right? If you want to know something for sure, ask a fucking clarifying question, right? Ask a clarifying question. Knowledge is power. The more you ask a clarifying question, the more you know, the more in control and in power you are. When do you want this proposal by? When will you pay this bill? Is it okay if I call it this X date or X time? Right? Whatever it is. Anytime you ask a clarifying question, you are enhancing understanding for everybody involved. And it is game changing, right? Clarifying questions peel away all those layers of confusion in a conversation or a situation because it gives you information. When you are asking clarifying questions, you are actively listening, right? I love this part. Asking clarifying questions demonstrates that you are engaged, that you are paying attention, and you want to make sure everybody's on the same page, everybody knows what's going down, and everybody can do what is expected and required of them, most especially you. Most especially you. Anytime you ask a clarifying question, you are building your foundation of self knowledge. Think about the times where you make assumptions in your life and how does that always play out? Oh, he's never going to say yes to that. Oh, I already know she's not going to do that. How do you know? How do you know? First of all, how do you know? And second of all, well, maybe if you don't know, what if they have a different response? What if you explored the possibility of having a conversation and getting clarification instead of making assumptions? What shifts all of a sudden? What becomes possible all of a sudden if you let go of I know for sure and instead embrace possibility, ask clarifying questions, and then make an informed decision? Absolutely game changing. Absolutely game changing. When you regularly and consistently ask clarifying questions, which helps you master the trifecta of self, knowing, liking, and trusting yourself, builds that foundation for relationships that helps other people know, like, and trust you. It builds trust in general. When other people see you making an effort to be clear, to understand them, and to be fully engaged, they want to be partners with you, whether that's a professional partnership, they're going to hire you, they're going to work with you, they want to date you, they want to be your friend, whatever it is. It builds this beautiful trust. And I love to partner that with human design personally because human design is a game changer. And when we know our human design, it's so much easier to ask clarifying questions with confidence and to navigate interactions according to your design also reinforces self-trust and self vulnerability and authenticity and all of that good stuff. Clarifying questions empower you to make better decisions. Clarifying questions empower you to make more thoughtful and accurate decisions. Clarifying questions combined with understanding who you are deeply and what your results are that you're looking for, what your goals are, enable you to gather all of the necessary information before making a decision. And this leads to confident, aligned decision making. This leads to setting boundaries and managing expectations. It leads to everybody involved knowing what the hell is going on, what they can expect from you, what you expect from them. All of that absolutely changes the game. Clarifying questions put you in a power position. It allows you to assert more control. We can't change or control anyone but ourselves, But when we change ourselves, the people around us change. If you want to control yourself, if you want to be in control of yourself, ask clarifying questions. Get the information you need so that you are informed enough to do the things that matter to you. Let's see. Chris Davis has a question. I like to think of it as approaching something and someone with curiosity. Absolutely, Chris. That's a really good way to put it. It isn't, and I appreciate you saying that, because it isn't so much, you don't want to ask questions in a way that makes people feel like they're being targeted or called out. You want to ask questions just to have information, right? And sometimes we are not in a receptive mode for that. So laying that foundation, your tone of voice, your approach, how you say it does matter. You have to know your target audience, know who you're talking to. If it's somebody you know really well, maybe you can, zip off a quick text and it doesn't need to have any context. Maybe not. Maybe it's somebody who's a little sensitive. I personally, like to know that I'm not in trouble, right? So I don't know. We shouldn't care, but I do. How many of you in the audience are like, I don't like it when people are mad at me. I don't want you to be mad at me. And if I don't understand why you're saying something to me, I may automatically assume you're mad at me. Assuming is stupid. We shouldn't do it. It makes an ass out of you and me, but it happens because, human. So yes, being curious and asking questions in a thoughtful way. I'm just going to see if there's anything else here. Asking questions in a thoughtful way. So, hey, did you want to meet at my house or should we meet at the coffee shop? When would it be good for me to follow up with you? Would it be okay if I followed up with you on Tuesday? Or what is the reason that this is important to you? I want to make sure I understand so that I can honor that and support that with you, right? Asking clarification questions, clarifying questions with intent and with kindness. Your tone of voice matters. The way you approach it matters. But yes, curiosity, not judgment. Some people are wired to just be very direct, and not everybody is wired to receive that way. So you do want to pause and take a moment to think about how the person on the other end is going to respond to the question you're asking. You have every right to ask those clarifying questions. You should ask them, but also think about the way you're presenting those questions, and are you going to get the results you want by asking in a specific way? Chris says, at the doctor's office, I ask, how long can I expect to wait? It's received much better. Absolutely. So, hey, just got here. How long should I expect to wait versus when will they be ready? Totally different question. Same question, totally different delivery. And you're going to elicit a completely different response. When I am in a sales conversation, I will say always, I need a response for this in 48 hours. Does that work for you? Right? We want to buy in, we want to get information, or when should I expect a response? If you're sending a proposal to somebody, or, Megan, I think Megan's still here. I'm not sure. Megan writes reports and has to deliver them, to say, when do you need this report by? Instead of stressing, like, get your deadlines, ask your questions, get clear on all of the things, all of the information that you need so that you can behave accordingly, so that you can control the only thing that is available to you to control, which is, of course, as we know, yourself. All right. So I want you all to connect with me in whatever platform you want, on social media, DMs, emails, comments, and let me know what you are going to get clarification on in the next couple of days. How are you going to get clarification, and what's going to shift once you do? What will be different for you once you do? I can't wait. I can't wait to connect. I want to just remind you all one more time that the Spark Collective is inviting you to attend Bloom, my Bloom workshop, completely for free if you join the Spark Collective, or you can come to Bloom totally on your own. That's fine. It's $48. You can find the links in all my bios to do that. I would love to have you do that. I am here live every Thursday at 11 a.m. Central. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. So wherever you are, I am every Thursday. Invite your friends, come along. I love to just share and connect and hear what your thoughts are. Okay, we have a question. Megan, can you also touch on asking clarifying questions to ourselves? Oh, Megan, you know me so well. I love seeing you do that and be thoughtful about that to get more clarity on what we want and what actions to focus on? That's an excellent question, Megan. Megan is also a Coach on Call client of mine, and this is something we do regularly in my Coach on Call packages. I require all of my clients to ask themselves clarifying questions in the form of a journal reflection form that comes out every single Friday. And when you take the time to sit down and get honest and do this reflection form, you learn so much about yourself. So to answer your question, Megan, what I think is really the most helpful is to set intentional time daily, maybe twice a day, to say, what do I want from this day? How do I want to feel today? What are my non negotiables? What has to get done? What can I skip if I have to and be graceful and flexible with myself? Um, this is what just happened. How does it make me feel? Right. So, yes, it's a deeper reflection form every Friday that I send to my Coach on Call clients, but you can and should. Again, I highly recommend you do it at the beginning of the day, but a lot of people are really benefited by doing it later in the day because your day has taken off. It's going to do whatever it's going to do. It's going to roll in whatever way it's going to roll. And how do you then want to finish your day? How do you want to set yourself up for the following day? And you can't know that unless you pause and ask yourself these questions. Am I happy with how this is going down? What do I have left to do today? What can I forgive myself for? What do I want to focus on? How do I want to feel? What will bring me joy? What will bring me peace? All of those things. So, yes, thank you for asking that question, Megan. Really game changing. I love that answer, or I love that question. And I'm glad that I saw it before I closed out the live. What else do we have going on, y'all? I have approached a fuck around and find out on social media stage where I'm just going to start just going at it and go talking to you guys and sharing stuff. And I'm not going to worry so much about how it looks or how it sounds or whether or not you like it. I'm going to put it out there because we have so many amazing things happening. And I know for sure that if you show up to these communities and these things that we're putting out there, your life will be better. You will shift and change, and you will feel more connected to yourself. You will know yourself, like yourself, and trust yourself more. And when you love yourself more, when you embrace the trifecta of self, all of a sudden the vibrational energy around you shifts and the people around you start to do more of that same thing. And that's how we build a better world. That's how we show up and make a difference. You start here. It starts with you. And I know if you say yes to the opportunities I'm presenting to you, we can change the world. Oh, retreats, queer women, AFAB folk. That's in May of this year in Greensboro, North Carolina. If you or anyone you know is interested in that, visit my bio, send me a DM, let's chat. And also, who is excited for Costa Rica? Who's excited for Costa Rica? Brian says, thanks for clarifying. I love you, Brian. Thank you for that. Costa Rica is in January of 2026. I know that feels really far off, but I promise you it's not. The wait list is open right now. Early bird sales are going to open really soon. Costa Rica is the journey to self. It is at this incredibly fabulous venue on a special island in Costa Rica. And once you register, everything is included. Domestic airfare. Let's start that again. Domestic airfare, ground transportation, food and beverage. It is plant-based and alcohol-free because we are doing a lot of self-growth work and we want to really nurture our bodies, our minds, and our souls. But we are pulling out all the stops. We have fire activation. We have mud ceremonies underneath waterfalls. We have forest activations in the rainforest. We have sound baths and cacao ceremonies and beach parties and so many amazing things. I cannot wait. It is going to be spectacular. If you are curious, if you want to get on the wait list right now, you can do that on my website or send me a DM. I will put you on the wait list. It is growing, growing, growing. Once we reach capacity, 29 people. It's as many as people as we can have. Once we reach capacity, that's it. So if you think you want to join us in January of 2026 in Costa Rica, let me know right away because the early bird pricing, you can get in on this retreat, I think for as little as $2,700. That is 6 days in Costa Rica, all expenses paid for as little as $2,700. Now you have to fly yourself there, but once you get there, are you kidding me? Yes, all of that, please, says Megan. Megan's coming. Megan's on the wait list. Who's coming with Megan? Yes, 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 yes. Say yes to yourself. If you know somebody else who is looking for some sort of self growth experience, this is, again, it's a journey to self, getting to know yourself, actually like yourself, and trust yourself. This is going to be an incredible opportunity. I cannot wait to bring this to everybody. I think that's it for today. I am headed downtown. I'm going to have a CEO session with Shelby, my amazing OBM, and then a friend is in town, and I'm going to get to say hi and hang out with her for a little bit. So until later, I'm going to say, remember to go out every day and choose bravely. My name is Heather Vickery. Thank you for tuning in today. I will see you next week and all over social media. Be sure to say hi. Tell me what you're clarifying. Have a great, great rest of the week, y'all. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Okie dokie.